Welcome back to the Cricket Today show, brought to you by TABTouch, who bring you daily sports markets covering every cricket match so you never miss a beat. I'm your host, Liam McAllion, also known as the Stats Guy. Sadly, there is no Leo Mullally, or some people might like that, I don't know. He sometimes can have a few weird takes, but we do have Marcus Bazzano. The trains tried to stop him. The weather tried to stop him. Everything tried to stop him, but he's still here and he's on the show. We're in different spots, but we are together. How you going, mate?
Oh, I'm here. Basically, my love for the Cricket Today show is as much as not taking a $60 Uber into the city to get to work. So
honestly,
I'm not doing that. Fair play. But trains were cancelling on me for an hour.
Oh.
But we're here. We finally made it. Let's get the show cracking.
Yeah, absolutely. The show will always go ahead. Don't worry about that. Feel every play as well and be right in the action throughout a massive Aussie summer of cricket with TABTouch. Big show, awesome show actually. The Australia in general just dominated over the weekend in cricket. The men's team won, then within minutes the women's team won, then within minutes the men's team won, both by an innings. We just absolutely smashed it on them. Like you can't get better cricket than that. That was unbelievable.
I think they actually calculated it, and it was a minute and 20 seconds between both wins, which is crazy to think about. They're both playing test matches. Yeah, it can end on day 3, day 4, day 5.
Just crazy.
Even like each session's like, oh, that's a bit of a coincidence, considering one's in Australia and one's in Sri Lanka. Yeah. But it was perfect.
I'll touch on that being on at the same time. I've got a few thoughts about that, but so did Alyssa Healy in her speech. We're going to go through both of those matches, the biggest talking points, who played well, some big questions surrounding selection and things like that. And as always, the fan comments and questions. You've put them in there. I haven't even looked at them today. So
they're
I'm
actually a bit spicy this week.
It's spicy. Oh, there we go. I like it. We like that. Before we start, be sure to get right around the show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Do we have a count, Marcus? Or should we?
We do. I made sure to pre-prepare it.
Oh, you're
3,093. So close to 3.1.
The last week or so, we've gone up a bit. I like that. So, yeah, almost at 3.1. Beautiful. So, yeah, make sure you subscribe to the Cricket Today show on YouTube. We're trying to keep growing the subscribers and keep growing the fan base, as well as all the socials. Leo runs that. Cricket Today AU. We're doing lots of good fun on there as well. Just lots of discussion, lots of update posts and things like that. And download TABTouch today. Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call 1-800-858-858 or visit gamblinghelponline.org.au. All right, Leo's not here, so we're doing a long, quick single. We're doing a long single.
I'm semi on Leo's side with the quick single.
I'm joking. It can still be quick.
Short, but
I know you guys aren't as big a fans of it. We'll still make it decently quick. But we got a few things to talk about. You just mentioned that both the men's and women's Aussie Test teams won within minutes of each other, and both were buying innings and a lot of runs. Like the dominance of Australia over the weekend was absolutely awesome. I got a quick question for you in this sort of quick single. The poor scheduling. I'm not a fan of having them at the same time. So you got Australia was on Channel 7. You got the women's team on 7, mate. If you had them at different times, you knew that Australia would be playing around 2:30 till 10 p.m. because it's in Sri Lanka. And then they had the day-night test, which was the exact same time in Australia. So I don't know. What do you reckon about that? If they could have scheduled it a little bit better, I reckon they would have got better crowds and better viewers on TV.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think they definitely could have scheduled it better. I think the Australia women's Ashes test at the MCG, day-night test match, as prime viewing. They should have got the Channel 9 slot, Channel 7 slot, sorry.
Yeah, I agree.
Channel 7 slot. Yeah. And have the Aussies on against Sri Lanka on 7, mate, which they prioritised the chase on Channel 7 over the cricket. They said the chase came on TV and they said, all right, if you want to continue watching the cricket, go to 7, mate. Or
get stuffed. Like what
are you talking about?
The beast going to fight everyone. Oh, we're going to put the chase on. Like what? Oh, who said that?
I'll chase them out of the studio to get the cricket back on Channel 7. That's ridiculous.
Oh, that was very funny.
But there were stages where both games were having their lunch break at the same time, and even just little stuff like that. It was like, whilst say if one viewer's prioritising Australia versus Sri Lanka, the men's cricket, right?
Yeah. If that was
lunch break, or the women's are playing, was chuck them on for half an hour or an hour. Or vice versa, and like when it's tea as well, or vice versa. So definitely could have been scheduled and handled better.
Yeah, I just didn't rate that at all. Like the people that are going to watch, most of the people that are going to watch the women's, obviously you've probably got more women watching the women's, but overall, we love both cricket as well. So I would want to watch them at different times. I would want to watch the men's, and then when there's no cricket on, then there's the women's, or I want to watch the women's, and then there's no cricket on, I'll watch the men's. So annoying they're on at the same time, I reckon, but at least we both got a win and ended up pretty well. Talking about both the men's and the women's, Alyssa Healy, obviously power couple with Mitchell Starc, they both played in their 287th international match at the same time. How crazy is that? So they've played that many matches for Australia, both Aussie legends, and they're doing it for their country.
Yeah, well, they're having to spend a little bit of time apart right now. I'm not sure how they're coping, but that is a bit of a coincidence, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a bit of a weird one. And then, touching on just all things cricket, next one I want to touch on is Michael Bevan inducted into the Australian Cricket Hall of Fame. Now, he's probably a bit before our time, but obviously an absolute legend, one of the best ODI cricketers ever. He had 46 50s, average of 54. He was the original finisher. He had some awesome finishes against the West Indies. Absolutely awesome against them. Was just so clutch in ODI cricket. Was really good in Test cricket as well. Did bowl a little bit, but his main work was in ODI cricket. He's a legend. Yeah,
one of my favorite cricketing memories / highlights. I remember watching I got a DVD at home called I think it was Summer of Cricket or something like that, right? And it shows the best clips from probably Jeff Thompson, DK Lilly days, up until early 2000s.
Yeah.
And Michael Bevan was on there hitting a 4 straight down the ground, last ball of the game.
Oh, the win? Yeah.
To win the game. And
was he against the Windies?
The crowd's going nuts. I believe it was, yeah.
I reckon it was, because they were obviously the powerhouse of cricket, and then he's beaten them on the last ball, yeah.
Yeah. But I have a trivia question for you, Stats Guy.
Well, okay.
Do you know who the first ever Australian to be inducted into the Hall of Fame was? Australian Cricket Hall of Fame.
No, I don't think I do, mate. I haven't looked through the archives that far back. Probably from the 1800s or something.
That's fake cricket knowledge. He's a fake fan.
Oh, I scared stuff.
He should know this, and he does know this because we spoke about this 10 minutes before the show. But Jack Blackham inducted in 1996 with a bunch of other older players, including Bradman and Ponsford.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, DK Lilly was the only modern player to be inducted in that year.
Yeah, right.
But he was the earliest to play for Australia, and he played 35 matches at a batting average of 15.
Wait, surely he's had a bit of a bowl if he's only averaging 15.
He's a keeper. He's a keeper.
No.
Took 37 catches, I think, in 20-odd stumpings in 35 games. But batting average of 15 gets you into the Hall of Fame.
I was going to say he plays in the 70s, but that is the 1870s, not the 1970s.
Yeah, but his career, 1877 to the 1890s. He would have been playing in this era behind me.
Yes, there you go.
That's 1875, or just before his time.
Oh, my God. That is so... Surely, out of any Hall of Fame in cricket in general in the world, he has the least batting average of batters. 15.
As a batter, yeah, look, that's pretty low. I'm not going to lie. But apparently, he was a bit of a Michael Bevan type. He was when it came to the crucial moments of the game, he was there. He standard delivered. He also captained Australia, I think, for a few games.
There you go. So I'll get around. They're also using a plank of wood as a bat. He would have done 3 jobs as well as played for Australia. So
he does have some of the best facial hair I've ever seen, though. So
we might have to get a photo up of that. Actually, we could probably get a photo of Jack Blackham up. I reckon Joe could put that in the show. All right. I did not think we were going to get a Jack Blackham reference, but there you go. What a legend. 1877 his career started. Absolutely love that. All right. That's the quick single. That wasn't so quick. Let's get into the Sri Lanka versus Australia men's first test talking points. Obviously, Australia, we already touched on it, absolutely dominated. Won by an innings and 242 runs. Absolutely embarrassing for Sri Lanka. Their biggest loss in their test history. I saw something pop up before saying it was their biggest loss at home, which obviously, but then it was also their biggest loss in just history because they lost. Yeah, they've never lost by that much at home.
I think the biggest loss in Test history is damage enough to go on and say the biggest loss at home as well.
Yeah.
Obviously it is.
That is an absolute smoking. Geez, Australia were just awesome. We talked about last show. Australia had 300s in the first innings. Obviously, didn't have to bat again. The only batsman to miss out was Marnus. I feel like he'll be kicking himself. All the other batsmen made 46 plus or 100 plus, and then Marnus got 20. He sort of poked at one.
He poked at one. It was good. It was a good catch, but I was expecting more of Sri Lanka because they've actually been fairly decent recently in their recent run of form. They played New Zealand. I know there was 2020 in ODIs, but they beat them in a couple of games there.
Yeah.
They were they were pretty decent against. They were half decent against South Africa, except for the one innings where they got bowled out for 40 odd. But they've been all right.
Yeah, they have until this. I had a look. 8 of their last 13 matches in goal, they've won. But they were like, they look like it was the juniors against the Australian men's team. That's what it felt like. They were horrible. Their game plans were all off. They were playing negative cricket, not aggressive enough. The only one that can sort of hold his head high in the first innings was Chandimal. He had 72. Yeah, that was a really good effort. But no one else in their first innings made 22 or above.
Fun fact: Chandimal got given out twice in the same innings.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. Sorry, the same.
He went out twice in the same session. The same session, not innings. Same session.
The morning session, he went out. Then they had to go back into bat, and then he got out again.
That's ridiculous.
Imagine getting out twice in one day. That's brutal.
Yeah, I know. Well, Kamindu Mendes was a little bit poor for me. He's up there in.
He's their best batter.
7th currently in the world in the Test rankings for batting. So he wasn't too great, and Marnus just keeps dropping. Yeah.
What's he down to in the rankings?
12th.
Ooh.
Smudge went up.
Smudge went up. Yeah. What's he up to?
Smudge went up to 8.
Yep.
We've got Travis Head in 5 as well.
Well deserved. Yeah. So we talked about our batters the other day, just dominating. Obviously, Aussie got the 230. Smith got 100. English got 100 on. He's like, this Test cricket thing's easy. You just rock up and make 100. Bloody
they're bowling throwdowns. It does come pretty fine. But he batted really well though for a short guy using his feet everywhere to get 100.
Yeah.
Don Bradman eat your heart out.
Oh, he's comparing Josh Inglis. You heard it here first. He's comparing Josh Inglis.
Got a better average, mate. What are you talking about?
He's got nothing on Jack Blackham though.
Yeah, Jack Blackham's the man.
The other one, we're going to talk about the bowlers on the other side. Obviously, we thought spin would dominate. Kuhnemann, he had a broken finger 2 weeks ago. They said, look, we might have to rest him at least for the first test. Gets 9 wickets for the match. He had a 5 in the first innings. Then he had a 4 in the second innings. Shared it. I think Nathan Lyon had a 4 in the second innings. But Kuhnemann was the man.
Yeah, it was a cheeky fight because there were a few tail enders throwing away their wickets.
Yeah.
But still, that's incredible. He had a broken thumb, as you mentioned, and I think he's taken 2 Test career fifers in almost as many games. So he hasn't played many games for Australia, but he's taken 2 fifers.
He's got 2 fifers and a 4-fer, obviously, in 4 matches. So that's bloody awesome. He's
pretty good reading.
He's got 18 wickets in 4 matches. Awesome. So
very good.
Yeah. Do you reckon in the future he could play like more in Australia, maybe when Lyon's done, or is that still maybe Todd Murphy's role in Australia because it suits the conditions a bit better? And Kuhnemann's just an Asia player.
I feel like at the moment you'd have to go with Kuhnemann. Yeah, because Todd. I was expecting a lot more from Todd Murphy. Even though there's 3 spinners, look, they've got to share the load and whatever. But Kuhnemann, just seeing his bowling, he bowled fantastic and a lot better than Todd did, in my opinion.
Yeah, Murphy Murphy only got 6 overs in the first innings because the other 2, Lyon and Kuhnemann, combined for 8 wickets, and even Stark got a couple of wickets, so he didn't have to bowl that much. Second innings, Murphy had 1 for 57. He had the highest economy as well, so that was a little bit of a worry. I think Leo mentioned it on the other show that he's more likes a bit of bounce, sort of like Nathan Lyon. So he's probably better in Australian conditions, but he has got wickets over in India. Sorry, was it Pakistan last time?
India.
Yeah, India. That's right. So he can do it. So we'll see how he goes. He'll probably play the next test, and
I think all three spinners will play the second test.
Yeah. You got to play spinners. The pace bowlers don't even really need to do anything. Just a few overs to warm it up, and then get going. All right, that's the Sri Lanka versus Australia talking points. We just absolutely smoked them. I still can't believe we scored 654 in an innings. That's like video game. I could do that on Cricket Live. What did I used to play? Cricket Live 2005 on PS2, I reckon. That's the only time I could get 600.
Yeah, that's unreal. Like Ricky Ponting Cricket, the game.
Ricky Ponting Cricket, yeah. Do you remember that game actually with the they couldn't legally say the right names of the players? Yeah, so it was like Brett Lou, Ricky Punter. Oh, Ricky Ponting was allowed because it was owned by him.
Yeah. But there were some good names in there.
Matthew Hayden or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. But I remember back in the day, PlayStation 2.
Oh, the GOAT.
Saturday morning when Scooby Doo's on the TV. That was prime.
Take me back.
Prime existence.
Yeah, maybe we should get a piss. We do a live stream of cricket on PlayStation 2.
We'll play Cricket 24 or whatever the latest version is.
Nah, let's just play PlayStation 2 stuff.
Let's do it.
The new one's not as good. All right, that's enough going on a random tangent there. Let's get into the women's Ashes, Australia versus England. Some talking points here. Obviously, Australia just dominated as well. We just get to talk us about Australia. It's great. I think in the past we've gone, oh, this is about Australia. We want to change this or that. No, don't change anything. We just first ever Ashes clean sweep in the women's Ashes. 16-0 in the points. Won every single match. England, why'd you even come down here if you're not even going to put up a fight? What the hell?
They just came for a nice holiday, as Danielle Collins likes to say.
A bit of sun. Yeah.
Shared over the Australian Open tennis when she went on her rant.
Yeah.
But I'm struggling to see any moral victories here for England.
Oh,
honestly,
true.
Maybe. Oh, they kept a clean sheet. That's their moral victory.
Sheet. What do you mean by that?
Because it was 16-0 in the points. They kept a clean sheet. Actually, no, they didn't. They conceded 16. Never mind.
Yeah, what are you talking about? I'm saying the other way. Yeah, Australia was the 16-0.
Yeah, look, I don't think many moral victories will come out of this. But how good was Alana King throughout the Test match in particular? She was good throughout the whole series. She got awarded player of the series. 23 wickets throughout that, 2 fifers, I believe, and a fourfer.
She was so
good. So good.
She was spinning it a mile. Like, it would pitch outside leg, and then it'd be like this. It'd hit the top of off. And I'm like,
top of off.
That is literally. It's the best. I'm not, because obviously the best ever leg spinner is Shane Warne. It's the best leg spinner Australia have had in general since Shane Warne, because we haven't really had leg spinners dominate. I feel like Australia just loves leg spinners since the start of Warney. Everyone's like, oh, we love seeing a ball turn that way and see it spin a mile, because if you're a good leg spinner, you're going to turn it more most of the time than offies.
Yep,
and it's 100%. Just, I think it's more fun to watch when they're just bowling like leggies and then bowling people out. So Alana King is just, she's a beast. She got this.
Because it's harder to do bowling leg spin. And she's the first woman to be, I think she might be the first woman to be on the scoreboard at the MCG.
Yeah, for a fifer,
taking a fifer.
Yep.
Along with Annabelle Sutherland, who was the first Aussie woman to be on that famous honour board for centuries at the G, making 163. She got player of the match.
She's a freak. She's still so young. She's that whole Sutherland family, because I think will eventually play for Australia. But she is just an absolute star. I just want to check out. She's only 23, and she's probably Australia's, because she can bowl as well. She's probably Australia's best player almost.
I'm now a year older than her. That's depressing. Depressing.
What are you doing? How many hundreds have you made at the
gym? Depends. 100 beers or 100 runs?
Anything 100. I read 100 beers.
I've had some pretty good efforts at the MCG as well.
I reckon you've had a 3-day slog of 100 beers.
Anyways, back on track. She broke the record for the most sixes by an Aussie women's test player with 4 sixes.
At the G.
At the G as well.
Biggest ground. Yeah.
At the G as well. The previous record was 3. I can't remember who that was by, but
that's all right.
She broke that record.
She's awesome. Beth Mooney also got 100. So she might be kicking herself because she's the second woman on the honour board. She'd be like, I wish I got the first one, but you'd just be awesome to be on that honour board.
She is the first Aussie women's player to get a century in all 3 formats. So
yes, I was literally about to say you read.
She has that going for her. I think it was only 4 or 5 women's players have done it in history. She's the first Australian.
Yep.
So
yeah, that's awesome. Getting 100 in all formats, especially when they only play like 1 test a year, or most of the time like 1 test a year or 2 tests a year. The fact that she's got it in all formats, she's an absolute legend. Like the amount of records that Australia have broken this weekend is awesome.
No, 100%, and it's even sweeter to do it against England.
Yeah. The last one you wrote about here, Eccleston. We've got a little stat there. We love.
This is a little more victory.
Yeah. Here we go. You can say it if you want.
Sophie Eccleston broke the record for the most runs conceded in an innings by an England's women's player.
Oh my god!
In Test matches, obviously, she got hit for 143 runs. In Australia's batting innings, but she did go on to take fifer though.
She got a fifer, and she's the first England woman to be on the honour board. So we're getting at least she's on the honour board.
She's on the honour board, but I think she did take like all the 3 or the 4 of the tail. I think all 3 of the tail who got out for like 0-3-0.
I saw
I'll take a fifer no matter who it's against.
Exactly. If it was 5 for 400, you'd take it at the G and get your name on the board. I saw she was really good throughout the whole series. I had a look at all the England fans. I saw a post about her going, the fact I need to check how old she is. She's really young and she's like carrying this English team. It's not the bowling that's the problem. They're batting. Some of the shots they were playing England, oh my God, just put away the slog or block a good ball.
Well, she's 25. I'll just quickly Googled that. And to be fair, she did break her own record of conceding.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she also held the previous record of 129.
Oh, Jesus. Wow.
But yeah, it was a grim series for England.
Oh, they didn't even
get a lot of question marks.
Yeah, absolute awesome effort by the Aussies. Just as we've said before, the talent coming through every single year for Australian women's cricket is just unbelievable. I'm still saying that they're the best. I think they're the best ever Aussie and most ever consistent Aussie sporting team just in general. So that we could even do a little short about that, but they're just so good.
Yeah. I'd say they're probably the best sporting team in history, no matter what sport.
In history,
what code.
Okay. Yeah.
The Australian women's cricket team, they win everything.
Yep, good call. All right, let's continue on with the show. Before we get back into all things Aussie cricket, make sure to check out TABTouch for their sports markets, which cover every cricket match this season. Got the touch? Download TABTouch today. Think, is this a bet you really want to place? For free and confidential support, call 1-800-858-858 or visit gamblinghelponline.org.au. All right, we've talked about the men's match. We've talked about the women's match. I've got some big questions. I'll put them to you and then we can discuss them if you want, Marcus. Well, it's a couple for the men's series over in Sri Lanka, still over in Galle, which is funny because both of the matches are in Galle, which is a bit weird, but they're not playing anywhere else for the test matches. First one is, should the men's Aussie side change the team at all for the next test? So I think before the series, you were saying about, should we change it up, get some young guys in? Like, it doesn't mean as much, especially after we smashed them. I don't mind a few changes. What do you reckon?
Absolutely make a few changes, 100%. If there are no changes, me and Leo will write. I'll write
with you.
Write with us. Do it because I think in the batting, they're just to give players like McSweeney, I think deserves to come back in because I feel like he was dropped a little prematurely. Although we brought Constas in, he was also dropped, which we didn't disagree with, but we do say if he's at least coming on the tour, he should get a game because throughout the Australia-India series, he was all right.
Give him some experience. Good. I feel like as well, even though he's not the best against spin because he likes opening up against the hard ball, this will give him some experience. And if they bowl like they do last test, he could get a bit of confidence up with like a 50 or something. So that'd be cool.
Yeah, 100%. McSweeney took a good catch as well in the as a subfielder. And even Mitch Stark as well.
Give him a rest.
And just give Sean Abbott a game. Like he's been 12th man for eternity. I think he is. Yeah. He's in every goddamn Australian squad in the past decade.
He's really good at making the cordials and the Gatorades. I'm telling you, he's really, really good. He's good at shining Steve Smith's pads. He's very good in the rooms.
he must be a good vibes man. Because, he's been 12th, 13th man for a very, very long time.
Yeah, he has. I feel for him, but not as much as your man, Michael Nisa.
Oh, Michael Nisa.
Will he get back in the Aussie side? Maybe when we go to England eventually. I don't know.
Oh, he's always too injured. Let's have a look. Was he in the side? Sean Abbott was in the squad. So
okay, he might. I don't think they're going to give him a game, but
it's basically him and Stark are the only. Oh, and Boland. Sorry,
they could play Boland next test. Keep the spinners, and then you're saying change the batting order. Are you saying McSweeney and Constas in?
Yep. Bring McSweeney and Constas in. You could probably give Trav Head a rest.
I feel like he won't want it, but yeah.
We give Trav Head a rest just to accommodate some people and probably drop Marnus or give him a rest.
A rest. You say it's a rest even though you might drop him, Yeah,
exactly. And you also have the luxury of Carey as well because Inglis is in the team and he's a keeper, so Carey could also have a rest if he wanted to.
True.
I reckon just experiment.
Just why not? I like that. Especially we're already in the championship final. Like, don't worry about it. Next one in the big question. We already touched on it a little bit, but I saw Brad Haddon on one of his podcasts said Constas should just come home and play state cricket. He should just come home. So should Constas come home? Like, I don't agree with that. Even if he's not playing, I think it's good for a young guy being in the squad, learning from the bigger guys. So what do you reckon?
Yeah, look, I loved Brad Haddon as a player. Loved him. excellent wicketkeeper. But
legend,
don't make me change your opinion of you by former players just coming out and just saying
they're just trying to be relevant. Yeah,
I don't know. Just get their panties in a bunch because he doesn't need to. Because I think Sam Consist is all right where he is. Like I reckon he's a very good chance to play in the second test. So just keep him in the squad. It's good to, like you said, it's good to be around all the other blokes as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind him getting a game in the next test, obviously for experience. But the experience of being there, he's going to learn so much more. I reckon he already dominates in state cricket. He knows how to do that. He can go and at least train with Steve Smith and Marnus and all really good legends.
Yeah, it's different conditions as well. Obviously, he's still obviously batting in the nets and he's still training with the other boys. So getting him used to like Asian conditions, keep him there.
Yeah, I agree. Come on, Brandon. You're better than that.
Just for vibes as well.
Yeah, and vibes. Yeah, I like it. Last big question. I'm going to go over to the women's side of cricket. Can Annabelle Sutherland become the best all-rounder in the world? I need to have a look at the rankings. I might quickly get that up. Do we think that's possible? Because she's an absolute freak.
Yeah, she is. She's an absolute freak. She can do everything. That's a big call. That's a big ask. Are you saying in history of women's cricket or
I
just
mean like in the rankings.
Number ones?
Rankings? Yeah, I mean in the rankings.
Absolutely, she can.
Yeah,
absolutely. Like she's only 23, as you said, and she's doing this on the big occasions. And I think she's just from a family of cricket that are built for it. So
yeah,
absolutely, she can.
Yeah, I like it. I just want to see where she's ranked. She's not. So the best Aussie all-rounder at the moment in the rankings is Ash Gardner. She's a star. Like she just gets wickets all the time. She can make a quick 550. She's an absolute star. But I think Annabelle Sutherland is like that next Elise Perry type. Just dominate for years and years to come. But there's just so many players like that. You got Lana King is going to dominate for years to come. You got even Georgia Vole that just come in the side. She was really good too. So awesome women's cricket and we love that. All right. You said there was spicy fan comments and questions, so let's get into it. You can read them out. We'll start off with, I think we're starting off with Facebook, but you read them out because I haven't even seen any of these, so I'm very excited.
Yeah, we'll start off with Facebook. And this was on a post about Uzi's double century. Superb double century. Stephen May on Facebook says, 200 is 200. Well done. But very ordinary opponents. That's a weird comment considering he's got to prep for an Indigenous All-Stars game against Fremantle in a couple of weeks and Melbourne pre-season. But
Stephen, mate, the AFL one. That's funny as. 200 is it's still Test cricket. If you make 200, even in local, I remember thinking like really good players at like local level making 100. You still have to like dig deep and it's mental, and then like you can get yourself out so easily, even if it's against crap opponents.
Yeah, it was so humid as well, like batting for long periods of time, but he didn't change the way he approached it, and he's just proved why he had an average of 67 heading into that game in the subcontinent. So he smashed it. Judy Jansen, she was on Aussie's side. She said, "Congrats, Aussie." Aussie. That's how she wrote it. But congrats, Aussie. I wish I'd seen today's showing. Well done. Your pride in your team goes without saying.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I love that. He does have a bit of wears his heart on his sleeve, was he? A bit like
that's why he's the people's champ.
The people's champ. I want to see him shuffling in the outfield again. That was pretty funny back in the day. He's the people's champ, I reckon. Don't mind that.
He is. Everyone loves a little bit of Aussie, but not many people loving a bit of Josh Inglis. Debut century. Aussie did have a couple of harsher comments as well on that post. Michael Farrington was one who also commented on that Aussie post. He also
any comment.
He also commented here on Josh, the post about Josh Inglis's debut century. He goes, "It's against a pop gun attack." The poor bowling attack
again.
We're bagging the Sri Lankans. They were pretty ordinary with ball in hand. But still,
it was so positive
on debut.
Yeah,
dancing around the pitch.
Yeah, it's not easy.
So good.
Yeah.
Been on Instagram. It's Sanula10 did say Josh is an amazing player.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
There's some love for Josh.
Yeah, we got to give some love to English because he made 100 on debut. Give him some love.
We need to show him some love. But Brian Rock comes back with the hate comment. He comes back with the hate comment and says, "Against a blind school, my friend Blind Freddie wanted to play. Easy as he reckoned. He reckoned his mate Blind Freddie could have made a century against that Sri Lankan team.
Just to one out there for Brian Rock. Don't call your friend Blind Freddie. He's just Freddie, all right? He's just Freddie. Just call him Freddie. Come on.
It's 2025. Time to start being woke.
I don't know if Blind Freddie's real, but if he is, get around him. Against the blind score. Look, I think the blind cricketers could tear up Brian. So that's a funny comment. I saw a video of the blind Australian cricket team, and they were very good. Like I wouldn't want to face some of them. So yeah. Anyway, that's pretty funny. Sri Lanka weren't bad, but they weren't that bad.
Yeah, they're making it out like they're the worst team that has ever rocked a cricket field. They did look
pretty bad though.
Yeah, well, it wasn't great. But we'll go back to the classic guys, the guys on YouTube, where we want them to be.
Yes.
The diehard fans. We're going to call them the diehards.
I like it.
We'll call them the diehards. At Certified Plum Boys, a regular, he says he only watches for the Goat Mully.
Goat Mully, Leo Mullally.
For Leo Mullally, who's not here today either. So Certified Plum Boy won't even hear us reading his comment out because he's not watching because Leo.
He's not watching because he turned off. Leo's done.
Turned off.
Oh, Leo will be back on Wednesday. Certified Plumber. That's funny. He's got a favourite there. There we go.
He builds up a lot of time off because he worked a hell of a lot. He worked so hard.
He's a hard worker. We'll give him that.
Yeah. So he deserved a day off.
The end of the video himself. So we'll see if he sees.
Yeah, he deserved a day off, so we let him have it.
Oh, good.
At Andrew TE as well. Just to round off the fan comments and questions. You read this one out, Stats Guy.
Sure. I'll finish it off. Do you think the bump in BBL attendance is just the Border Gavaskar Trophy? Is it just from the Border Gavaskar Trophy, or is it here to stay? Should the BBL expand is the other one. So the first one, do we think the BBL attendance is from the Border Gavaskar Trophy? I don't think so. I think coming out of COVID, I think the BBL had some good players, like good recruits back. Some big names were playing in it. I think the standard was slightly better. I think it was promoted a little bit better. What do you reckon?
It helps. Per Scorchers, they always bring in a crowd, no matter what, whether they're doing bad or good. So you can always rely on crowd numbers from them. But I think it's teams like Sydney Thunder, Hobart Hurricanes,
Melbourne
Stars, both Melbourne teams playing somewhat well, making finals, winning the premiership. That helps with the attendance. But I don't think we should expand absolutely 0% of that.
Because the crowds will be smaller, I think, if we expand. Because there is a certain small group of people that do have a affiliation with a club now. Like it took a while, but like there's like people that would be going to a Melbourne game. And just say you have another Melbourne team or another Sydney team, that wouldn't be good, I don't think.
Yeah, and cricket's one of the only sports in Australia that has had a Tasmanian representative in it for a long time. And if we're going to bring in a team, like where would it be? Like Northern Territory?
Yeah, and it wouldn't work as well. Yeah,
it wouldn't work as well. So, and I think it also helped that they reduced the fixtures to a perfect amount this season.
More interest, yeah.
The previous season they had a lot more games, and it just went for too long, and people lost interest. So
I will say on what Andrew said about Border Gavaskar Trophy, it probably did help a little bit because there was a lot of Indian fans around in Australia. Then there was also. The cricket was really good in that. So people are like, I'm sort of into that cricket sort of summer and getting into the summer mode. But I think just the overall standard and like you said, the fixturing and the way it was all run was just a lot better. Sort of even the last couple of years compared to previous. So it's good there was a bit of a crowd. You read out the last one because I don't want to read it out.
I was going to say as well. I was going to say you refused to read this out.
I just saw it.
He goes, also, two kings, referencing me and Leo, saying we're the return of the king. More like two jokers, he says.
Yes.
I'll take that. But he goes, the only quick 50 Stats Guy's making is in the age column.
Oh,
don't worry, Andrew. He's already raised the bat. He's almost up to the century, the big three figures.
Wait, no, not really. Oh, that's funny. The quick, in the age column. Wow, I've been in the Herald Sun column. I'm not in the age. We're not the age column.
Oh, look at him tooting his own horn now. Look at that.
I'm saying I don't want to be in the age. I don't want to be in the age.
There you go. That's funny. Games.
Andrew, we love the banter and all of his comments. Fair play.
Yeah.
And definitely, I agree. Two jokers. Fair. The fact that you and Leo think you're kings. The only person that probably thinks that Leo's a king is Certified Plum Boy. So at least he's got a fan there.
Yeah, true. I've only had, I think, one fan saying they want me back on the show. They miss me, but
I feel like that's
it's better than zero.
Exactly right. Exactly right. I think that's a good way to wrap up. Thanks, Andrew, for the comment. That's Stumps for the Cricket Today show. Thanks to TABTouch. We'll continue to do this show every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Actually, next week after the Super Bowl might be a Tuesday show, so we'll get back to you on that one. But make sure you check out YouTube, check out all the socials. Going to be another men's test coming up against Sri Lanka, and then the women's is all done now, which is that was an exciting women's Ashes. Get right around the show. Make sure you subscribe. We're almost at 3,100. Very exciting on YouTube. Send in any questions and comments. The spicier, the better. Marcus loves the spicy comments.
Love it. It's just got to be funny, and it can be about anything. Ask
anything.
Us anything.
It doesn't have to be about cricket.
Exactly.
So thank you very much to Gerald behind the camera. Thanks, Marcus. You got it. We got there eventually.
We got there eventually. Good show. Shame I couldn't be in the studio, but
that's all right. Next time.
The game's a game.
Game's the game. And thanks, TABTouch. Got the touch? Download TABTouch today. That's another episode of Cricket Today done. We're out. What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.